My name is Kin Moev, and today I will talk about how to build and maintain relationships with investors. This topic is very close to my heart at some point. I realized that money is important, but proper communication and trust between an entrepreneur and an investor are much more important. In this video, I will share my personal experiences, failures, and insights that help me get not just money, but partnership. Who are investors and why are relationships important? Many people think that an investor is just someone who gives money, but in reality, they are also your first and most demanding client. Relationships with investors are even more important than just capital. They provide mentorship, networking, and support in difficult situations. From my experience, a good investor not only gives money, but also helps you review your strategy, gives advice, and even helps with new contacts. First meeting, how to make an impression. I will tell you how my first meeting with a potential investor went. My mistake was that I focused only on the product and forgot to say who I was as an entrepreneur. It is very important to sincerely share your vision. Why are you the one who can implement this project? Why is it important to you? Tip: prepare not only for questions about the model, but also for questions about yourself, your values, plans, and team. Transparency and honesty from day one. You can't play hidden games with investors. Anything that might come up later is better to talk about at the start. Here's an example. Once I honestly told someone about a past failure, it actually showed my maturity. The more you try to paint a picture, the faster it will crack. Tip: build relationships based on trust, even if you want to hide something unpleasant. Building regular communication. Very often, I have seen founders disappear from the investor's field of vision after receiving money until the next round. This is one of the main mistakes. I try to keep the investor informed, monthly updates, honest accounts of problems, invitations to key meetings. Systematic, informal, but regular communication builds trust. Interactive, write how often you communicate with your investors/partners. Do you have a system in place? Knowing how to listen and accept feedback. It was difficult for me to learn to listen to criticism and even disagreement from investors. But it is precisely these moments that are the main source of growth. Sometimes an investor's advice saved the project, but sometimes I decided to go against it, always justifying my position with numbers, not intuition. Advice: don't argue, emotionally discuss with arguments and data. Conflict resolution and crisis moment. There are no startups without challenges, failures, delays, employee departures. The most important thing is to tell the investor about the difficulties right away, rather than when they can no longer be hidden. I have had experience where honesty with an investor helped find a common way out of a dead end, sometimes even with additional help. Tip: make the investor your ally, not your supervisor. Balancing independence and investor advice. It is important to remember investors want you to solve problems, not just fulfill their every wish. I have made compromises in the past, but I always reserve the right to make the final decision on strategy. Tip: present yourself as an independent founder who is open to dialogue, gratitude, and support. Don't forget to thank the investor not only for the money, but also for their participation, contacts, and belief in the project. For example, I always send short personal messages after big events, share successes, and publicly acknowledge the investor's contribution. This builds long-term relationships and helps to neutralize unsuccessful periods. Conclusion: your questions and case studies. Let's summarize. Don't just look for money, look for partners. Honesty, regular communication, and respect are the three pillars of strong relationships with investors. Don't be afraid of difficult conversations, gather feedback, and don't lose your independence. Write about the challenges you faced and send me your case studies. I'll be happy to analyze them next time. Building strong and transparent relationships with investors is key to success. By prioritizing effective communication, honesty, and mutual respect, we can create partnerships that benefit both sides, promoting growth and cooperation. Thank you for watching. See you next time.